Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another Why You Know Game video. And this time I'm talking about Fighter Maker, which isn't exactly my favorite game. You would think someone like me, this I would be enthralled with. And when I originally saw it in the store, I was enthralled with the idea of this. Because I thought you could do more with it than what it allowed you to actually be able to do. And that's my fault. I got like super amped up thinking, oh, this is gonna be like some like great game I can make my own characters with, and I can give them their own story, and I can make them have their own rivals and stuff. And even before I bought this, I literally started laying out writing out the foundations for a fighting game. Like I started writing out like how mechanics would work, different special effects and things like that, characters, their profiles, how their personalities. I literally started thinking up all of that stuff because I saw this, and I don't regret that because that's a core component of who I am as a person. Is that something like this inspires a lot of shit out of me, and which is fine. But as a game, Fighter Maker is horrible. It is, it's not good. There's a lot of limitations on things that you can do, and the bad thing is I should have expected that because it's PS2, even though at the time I bought it, PS2 was a prominent console. So it's not like I bought this when I got this game was like just before the Xbox 360 launched. So there was some time there that like since I've had this for quite a while. I do think that there are things that could be pulled from this though, like Fighter Maker as a game, it really didn't give you any explanation as to what you were doing. It just threw you there, and there was a set of like 8 default characters that you could play with in the game, and you could expand it to like 16 if you had 2 memory cards, because you would have each memory card can only have 4 characters. That's how many slots they gave you per memory card, 4 character slots. So if you had 2 memory cards with save data on it for Fighter Maker, you could expand it up to 16 playable characters. A lot of stuff, like I said, just wasn't really explained. Like there are no explanations. Like there's nothing. Like it's like this game is missing a lot of text. It's just there. Like if this wasn't on the PS2 and it was just like a PC thing where you could use it to build your own fighting game, and it was just an engine, like an engine someone could buy and they could use it to put together characters and things like that, or put clothing models and things like that together, all that stuff would be perfectly fine. Like this game has it's also because it was a PS2 game, it has a limited amount of assets. There's only a certain number of things you can do with it. You can't obviously import anything into it outside of somebody else's characters if they had a copy of the game as well. And I think that all in all though, if someone were to make a Fighter Maker game engine, just to make it as a game engine and allow you give you some default generic stuff that you can utilize, but allow it to be customizable where you can change things out. Maybe you be allowed to scan in someone's face or scan in different clothing items. Like, say for instance, you want to scan in a button-up shirt. You scan in a shirt that is a button-up shirt, but you leave it closed. But when you're setting the model up on the game, what you would do is they'll have specific model type clothing for it. Or maybe just set it up so you take pictures in different ways. ZA actually did something very similar to this with with their like thing with Madden and all their games where you could scan, like you could take a picture of your profile and one of your face frontward, and it would import your face into the games. Um, which is something that could be done with this, just in a more localized form. Again, on PC, you take a face forward picture, then you take a profile picture, import your face. For different types of articles of clothing, you'd have to have a certain number of pictures for it. Like for just a plain T-shirt, front and back. For a button-up shirt, front, opened up, and back. For a pair of pants, front and back. For a pair of shorts, front and back. Just, depending on what you needed. That way, it could actually put the textures together wholly. And that's something that would probably be really expensive or take a long time to do. Either way, but it's possible, is a possibility, and I know it could be done on PC. Um, but it should be the engine itself should be developed in a way that you could utilize it to put games on any platform. So like you're buying it as a game engine to make games with. And then you're creating your characters, you're creating your assets and things like that and putting them in the game so that you can, go ahead and have that available to be able to play with. I think that would work out pretty well. Honestly, I think that it's just something I think could be interesting, and I think that the Fighter Maker as a series, it doesn't need to be a game, but like as a game engine, it could really, really be a viable option for people who want to make fighting games. Allow for people to make fighting games in a 2D perspective, but with 3D characters or a fully 3D fighter. Like like if they could give just like a variety of different options of things that you could do, and allow you again to import videos, import different items as textures. Like if you wanted to take a picture or something, put it in there as a texture for something for the game. Like that could work. I know it would take a lot of work to do, and it would be a really big, ambitious project. It would have to be massive. It couldn't be something small. But again, if it's being sold as a game engine and it's literally being written in a way to make it easy for people to make fighting games, like, oops, 3DS, 3DS fell. It could be done in a way to like. This could definitely make fighting games appear quite a bit more on PC. Is outside of just, well, I guess it would still be indie, but it could be good for that particular crowd. Like if someone wants to make a fighting game for PC, they just literally just put it out, and it's its own thing. Or you could import it back into the engine and break it down and decode it and stuff like that. I think that would be honestly like really cool. Like that would be fun and interesting to me. And I would revel in something like that because I would be making fucking fighting games all fucking day. Well, not all day, but I would be working on building like fighting games a lot. And I would tinker with the engine so fucking much just to see what I can do, what I can't do. And I think that whoever owns the license to it, I don't know if Age Tech is around anymore. I haven't looked to find out. But whoever owns the license to the series should really consider releasing Fighter Maker again as a fighting game building engine, and it could be really good. Like if it took off, it could be bigger than what Musion is for 2D fighters. So but that's me thinking about how good it could be and how useful it could be. Even if the game series that it came from isn't that great, there's potential in making it an engine and using it that way. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.